BMW turbo inline-six engines, such as the N54, N55, S55, B58, and S58, have earned BMW the reputation of being the leader in modern inline-six technology. These engines are highly durable in their factory form, and with the addition of aftermarket modifications and tuning, can almost double their original horsepower rating. To truly appreciate the German equivalent of the iconic 2JZ engine, we need to delve into its origins. In 2006, BMW introduced their first mass-produced turbo inline-six engine, the N54. Initially available in the 335i, it soon found its way into various BMW models by 2008. This 3-liter all-aluminum engine featured dual overhead cams, two TD0 310T turbochargers, and produced 8 psi of boost. The N54 delivered an output of 302 brake horsepower, which was later increased to 335 horsepower. These engines boasted direct injection, as well as variable valve timing, VVT, or VANOS on the intake and exhaust camshafts. Although the N54 was outperformed by the M3's S65 4-liter V8, the aftermarket community quickly recognized its potential. The N54 engines came from the factory with forged crankshafts, forged rods, and cast pistons. By adding charged pipes, downpipes, a larger intercooler, and a tune, these engines could outpace the more expensive E92 M3. However, the N54's twin turbos limited their power potential to around 500 horsepower at the wheels. Converting to a high-quality single-turbo setup would push the limits of the fuel system and rotating assembly to about 700 horsepower at the wheels. Around 2010, BMW introduced the N55 engine. The N55 offered better factory emissions, a single turbocharger instead of twins, and the introduction of variable valve lift known as Valvetronic. When comparing the N54 and N55, one would immediately notice the N55's higher intake cam duration and improved cylinder head flow. However, the N55's cast crank, rod, and piston design prevented it from matching the power potential of the N54. While the N54 could supply more air for higher horsepower levels, capping around 500 horsepower at the wheels, the N55 tapped out at around 420 horsepower. In stock form, both engines ran at the same factory boost level of 8 psi. But when higher boost levels were commanded with bolt-on modifications and tuning, the N55 struggled to keep up. While the N55 was superior in factory trim, those seeking more power would find the N54 better suited to their needs. In 2014, BMW introduced the S55 engine, which marked the first time a turbo inline-six was utilized in an M car. The S55 retained the 3-liter displacement of the N55, but replaced the single Borg-Warner B03 turbo with twin MHI turbochargers. This upgrade resulted in an output of 425 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. The S55 also introduced air-to-water intercooling, which reduced lag and improved air charge cooling efficiency. In comparison to the N54 and N55, the S55 featured a closed deck block, providing increased rigidity near the combustion chamber due to its higher factory boost of 18 psi. Equipped with a lightweight forged crankshaft, rods, and Meili forged pistons, the S55 shared the same camshaft duration and lift as the N55. However, it came at a higher cost, as the S55 was exclusive to M cars, making cheaper M2, M3, or M4 models less accessible. Nonetheless, the S55 engine quickly proved its capabilities in the aftermarket, with some achieving 4-digit horsepower figures. The S55 played a crucial role in the development of the B58 engine, which succeeded the N55. The B58 featured a slightly larger displacement of 3 liters, and its major differences from the N55 included a forged crank, forged rods, and cast pistons. The B58 engine block was also a closed deck design and shared with the diesel B57 engine, boasting a higher compression ratio of 11:1. While the factory turbo specifications were not publicly disclosed, the B58 engines have been pushed to over 500 wheel horsepower, with the stock single twin-scroll turbo, surpassing the N55 by a significant margin. The B58 also adopted air-to-water intercooling, in contrast to the N55's air-to-air intercooler. The B58 received technical updates, including an improved high-pressure fuel pump, which often accompanies downpipe and drop-in turbo upgrades and tuning. The aftermarket community demonstrated that the B58 engine could easily reach 500 to 600 wheel horsepower, while remaining reliable. The B58 engine's versatility made it highly regarded, and its use in the Toyota Supra further validated its reputation for reliability. In 2019, BMW released the S58 engine, which originated in the X3 and X4M models before finding its way into the G8, XM3, and M4. The S58 served as an evolution of the B58, specifically designed to replace the S55 in the M car lineup. Both the S55 and S58 engines featured twin turbochargers, but the S58 utilized a twin intake ram with a larger air-to-water intercooler system. The S58's intake camshaft boasted greater duration, resulting in improved cylinder head flow, while retaining the same valve lift as the S55. Notably, the S58 had a lower compression ratio of 9.3, to accommodate its higher factory boost of 24 psi in the competition spec models, compared to the S55's 18 psi. BMW reduced the weight of the already lightweight S58 crankshaft by 2 kilograms, enhancing throttle response. Although the S58 engine is relatively new, the aftermarket community has already pushed it to 4-digit horsepower figures, making it a thrilling choice for enthusiasts. The S58 engine's compact design and impressive power output further solidify its position as the reigning king of inline sixes. While BMW engines, particularly the older ones like the N54 and N55, may exhibit age-related issues such as electric water pump failures or early model-specific problems like wastegate rattle or faulty injectors and coil packs, the more modern engines like the B58 and S55 have fewer reported reliability concerns. The B58 in particular stands out as an engine that offers the best of both worlds, combining simplified technology that even Toyota deemed suitable for the Supra. As for the S55 and S58, these newer engines have yet to reveal any major long-term reliability issues. However, only time will truly determine their long-term durability. It's worth noting that BMW engines are designed specifically for their respective vehicles, making them less suitable for engine swaps. While some individuals may prefer alternative engines like the LS series, it's important to consider the dedicated engineering that BMW puts into their engines for optimal performance and reliability.